So we have is something that we call a short term, or a self-adjusting short-term forecasting algorithm.
Okay.
So it's taking into account all of the different pieces that we understand. So what is the type of product that we're looking at? What are all the underlying algorithms? What is the store that we're looking at, or site or channel, in order to come up with what are all those kind of underlying pieces? And then we can look at what is the kind of time of year. So what is the date that we're considering? And it's able to use all of that in order to come up with what is an inventory target that is most likely to output, to optimize around sales or margin or whatever else we're kind of looking at. We obviously also have the ability to model out any kind of exogenous events. So, everything from your baseline, Easter shift or Black Fridays to promotions, pricing actions, anything else that's out there, and use that as an additional feature on top of the initial prediction. So that short-term algorithm is going to, by its very nature, come up with a target that, regardless of how intermittent your demand is, or how highly variable the type of product is going to be able to come up with a prediction about the correct inventory level directly, rather than starting with, we think you're going to sell 2 on next Wednesday, so we need to have 3 in the store. And part of that is, the way that we approach a lot of this from a go-to-market strategy is also unique in that you're right.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to any software provider in this space, they're all going to tell you, as you said, they're all going to be able to tell you,
Yep.
hey, here's our success stories and things like that. One of the things that attracted me to Onebeat as a company is, since 2020, we've signed, I don't know the exact number offhand, closer to 150 different customers, and none of them have left us. And from a
Okay.
commercial strategy standpoint, part of what we do in order to make sure people do feel comfortable is we don't lock people into contracts. We don't show up on day one and say, you have to be with us for 3 years or, we won't sign with you. We make sure that people can leave kind of whenever they want, and none of them have. And a big, part of that is our customers are very happy with the results they get. We did a recent case study with a fashion retailer that has been with us now for just under a year. And, our implementation typically would go live in about a month. And they have seen a reduction or an increase in sell-through of 20%. They've done that with 30% less inventory. So from a cash flow standpoint, we are, the proof is kind of in the pudding. And that's kind of like a median case for us. It's very typical that we'll see results for people, who are a bit overstocked or something like that, come in with much more impressive results even than that. But that's a pretty typical output for us.